Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today is the more like 6.5, close to 7-month update on the Cerakote versus Quartz Lite outdoor test panel. This is a static panel, so it's put outside, exposed to weather and rain and sun and all that malarkey, and then periodically brought in, washed, and assessed. The results of this are better than chemical testing, but they're not as good as just driving. And yes, I know there's a fly flying around. I've been trying to kill it for half an hour. So it strikes like a bit of a middle ground. One thing I actually noticed this time around that I didn't really pay attention to or realize previous is this is sitting on like a outdoor patio couch that's backed up to the railing around my back deck. And on that railing is a flower box which has dirt in it. So as the rain comes down, it's actually been splashing dirt onto this panel, which is probably actually going to have a bit more mineral type content and things like that. So what I've decided to do is actually run a whole bunch of sort of upkeep products on this one. So we are going to do a regular wash with the 3D nanopale soap, 15 mils to about 2.5 gallons. That water is warm, by the way. I use warm tap water because it's cold out and I don't want to torture myself. And then we'll follow it up with Built Hamber Auto Foam at a fairly strong mixture of, I think, around 4%. And then we mix in a panel wipe, another couple hits here and there of the 3D soap, and I'll label it on the wash footage, but as well as a water spot remover, not the DIY one, but the Maniac line one, just because I know it doesn't seem to boost hydrophobics in and of itself. It's just a very potent smelling cleaner. So those were all used. And then I mixed in the 5:1 Veritas panel wipe just to strip things back off. And I rinsed out the brush and just worked it in so there wasn't like soap going into the Veritas. I rinsed it out each time I did that. And I rinsed it out in between the chemicals. But just to give it a deeper clean and to try and strip everything back so we could see a full final panel, because it's been sitting outside for 4 months. So it has seen exposure, and it's gone from smoking hot to freezing cold and freezing ice cold, like just a week or two ago. So that's what we're looking at today. It's the update of Cerakote V2 versus Quartz Lite. Now, this technically is the durability limit for this stuff. And there is not Quartz Lite in here. It's gone off, but the box is my representation of it. It's supposed to, on the label, last 6 months. Now, you look at the footage and see how it progresses and see how things change or don't change, and tell me, do you think it's still lasting? Would you keep that on your car and maybe, hit it with a top up of a spray sealant or a detailer or something like that? And then look at the Cerakote section and think, wow, maybe they got this one right. Maybe. I don't know. You tell me. I'm just showing you what I've got. But this panel, just as an FYI, was heated up in the garage because it was quite cold and wet outside. So I warmed up the garage a bit. I think we hit about 19 degrees by the end of it. And I directed the heater at this just to warm it up so that it sort of moved a little easier and the dirt released a little easier than being a freezing cold panel. So by the time we finished washing it, like, this is back to being cold from the water. So the initial hit is on a warm panel, not hot, just warm. Like a sunny day, a black car is going to be a million times hotter than this was, but just to lift it back up to room temp and get it ready for, because it was much colder than the garage was. So that's what we did just to prep it up, just so you know. And then we'll go through the wash stages and you'll see all that. And then we'll come back here for a conclusion. Okay, so clearly the Cquartz Lite was kind of struggling at the beginning there, and it didn't seem to uplift that much, but after built hammer auto foam and hitting it with Veritas just to strip any kind of residue off, you know, it started to perk back up. And then when you worked it through with the water spot remover, and again, subsequent wash offs, using the 3D soap to wash some of those chemicals off is a good idea. Just once you rinse it, use the least aggressive soap to try and remove it, and then using Veritas 5-to-1 to remove any residue from 3D. And by the end of it, you know, it had come back a good amount, but you could see that there was some weak spots, some slowdowns. When it came to the flood setting at the very end there, you know, Cerakote's not far off what it started at. Like, it's down a smidge, but 6 months of like just sitting outside, like it doesn't come inside for any length of time during these tests. It's for one night. I think the most on the first update, I left it down here for 2 days and then I put it back outside. But, you know, my car is parked in the garage. So, you know, if I park my car in the garage every night, that's less exposure than, that's way more time out of the elements than this thing's seen over the last 6.5 months. So, a real test. And with the dirt sort of, like, I noticed it more in one of the earlier updates when it was drier out, because right now the rain is also cleaning that dirt back off when it rains a lot. But I saw in one of the earlier videos, there was a fair bit of dirt residue, and I was a little weirded out. I was like, how did that get there? There's just sky above it. There's no roof. And the plant box is obviously flinging a bit of dirt off. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Whatever. So, you know, it's for an outdoor test panel, it has seen a little bit of more dirt than if it just sat in the rain. But overall, the Cerakote's doing great. 6.5 months in, you know, we're going through winter right now. It's 4 or 5 degrees, 6 degrees at an average, and it's getting to like 1 and 2s at night. And for 150 mils, I think there's a 100 mil version of it now, and a simple to apply. It's not the nicest thing to apply, but it's a simple to apply. It's put it on, take it off. That's it. You don't have to carry, you don't have to watch times, look at your temps. Like, obviously try and control your temps a bit if you can. But you just put it on and take it off, and it needs 4 hours and then it can get wet. You can do like at least 4 or 5 cars, at least, with that bottle too. And it comes with applicators and removal cloths and gloves and a mask. So at least this one did. Quartz Lite is such a no-brainer for anyone who wants real protection, that doesn't want to deal with anything that's all the scary aspects of coatings. Like, it is a hardening coating. It will crust up on the cloths and stuff. So yeah, get new ones you're happy to throw away, like the Costco pack's a great example. And it's genuinely just a great all-round entry-level coating. You know, something like Phobic or Can Coat, Evo, those are competitors for this, and they're spray. This is a drip, so a little different in the application. This thing comes with nice big foam microfiber applicators, which just make it very straightforward to use it and apply it. So I haven't used Can Coat, Evo, or Phobic, so maybe down the road when I restock Quartz Lite, we can do something with those, but we'll see. But overall, I have no problems recommending Quartz Lite, and I have no problems recommending this so far. Like, it's not skipped a beat on the hood of the van, which is probably coming up to 3 months, something like that. I probably need to do an update for that too. It's super easy to apply. It does have, you gotta shake it. There is some strict rules, but if you follow the rules, it's very pleasant. It's slick, it's easy to wipe off. It's a beading type, so it's easy to see when it's ready. And really, just wait the 5 minutes and wipe it off, and it's no big deal. Everyone's like, well, it's beading now, I have to wipe it. 5 minutes. Just put a timer for 5 minutes, wipe it off. It's not the fastest thing to get around the car, but it is super forgiving to use, and it's slick to wipe off. Like, the wipe off is slick. Hydrophobics are nuts, and it is lasting really, really well. So super happy with that performance, and I've always been happy with Quartz Lite. So yeah, this is obviously showing its pedigree here. compared to Quartz Lite. And you can tell now between the two, like, yeah, one of these is a entry level or a light coating. One is a full blown coating, but both of them are doing well for what they are and what they give you. Can easily recommend both. But that's it for this one. Nothing too crazy. It's, again, just an update. But yeah, let me know if I restock this, should I do a new battle with it or something like that. The doors where it was running against the Amazon coating, I'm kind of done with that. I think it's been a year and they're both there in Quartz Lite 1. So the Amazon coating also made it a year. Not a great end to the year, but it was there. So yeah, let me know if I restock that. What should I compare it to? Should I compare it to Phobic, Cerakote Evo, all three? Let me know. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.